Hi guys, so I am back. This is my second chance to do this video. Okay, I only have like 10 minutes to talk to you guys about this topic because I have class in like 12 minutes literally. But yeah, I'm at my school and I just was thinking like, I want to talk to you guys about something that actually me and a friend have been discussing over the past couple days. And I found this topic to be very interesting. I actually did a research study in my undergraduate studies on this topic about marital divorce and how it can have an impact on, children who are products of marital divorce. But I would like to get you guys' opinion on what could actually save the divorce rate in America. Because as we already know, as it stands now, the divorce rate in America is about 50%, a little over 50%. So basically, that translates into 1 out of every 2 marriages in divorce. And me and a friend got into this kind of debate the other day. He's from Africa. He's Nigerian. And so, of course, our perspectives are different, based on our cultural background. And, I'm born in America. I'm African American. He's African. So he definitely came with a different point of view. So he went on to, so I'm just going to go ahead and get straight to the point in this video because I don't have much time. But he basically said that forgiveness. He basically summed it up and said it's unforgiveness. And then he didn't say by the man, right? He said if women were more forgiving, then it would be more people who are still married. It wouldn't be as many people getting a divorce if women were more forgiving. Now, you guys already know what I'm about to say, right? Because as a woman myself, I felt like he was trying to attack women. I felt like he was trying to put the burden on women to maintain the marriage. And then he goes on to say, because, we began to go a little bit deeper. He goes on to say, well, if women forgave men who cheated on them, then it wouldn't be as many marriages ending in divorce. It wouldn't be as many people getting a divorce. I'm like, dude, are you freaking insane? So he's basically saying men cheat. Men are going to cheat. That's just human nature. It's just a part of being a human being. And just as the Bible instructs, Christians, which I am not a Christian, by the way, but it tells Christians that you should forgive. You should basically, when a person does you wrong, you should forgive, you should forget, you should get over it, right? So he's saying that principle should apply to everything, even in the context of a marriage where a woman is simply betrayed by her husband and she's cheated on, right? He steps outside the marriage. Now, the biggest issue that I have with that is this. It's not so much about, he's sleeping around with different women because, people have different preferences, right? Sexual preferences on what kind of relationship they want. So I'm all for polygamy. What I am not for is infidelity and lying, right? And that's essentially what cheating is. When a person inadvertently, blatantly lies in a relationship. And so they give the impression to their partner that they're going to be faithful, they're not going to cheat, that they're the only one, they're one and only, they're just the center of their universe, right? And then, of course, people, like he says, are human beings. We all know people are human beings. People get urges. People get tempted in situations, right? Where they may see, an attractive female walk by, or encounter a handsome guy or something like that. And then emotions get evolved. And then if you aren't careful, right? If you don't have self-discipline and control, we know what can happen. So that was my issue, right? It's about honesty, respect, and commitment, which somehow he didn't seem to understand. So I just want to check in with you guys and ask you, what could save the divorce rate in America? I don't think it's unforgiveness. I don't think that if a woman all of a sudden magically forgives her husband, that's going to save the divorce. To me, that makes absolutely no sense. But that's what he said, that if women were more forgiving, if women forgave men who cheated, then the divorce rate will simply be not be as high as it is. Maybe we can get it down to 25%. If men, who cheated in relationships and marriages, and now that I think about it, I mean, isn't that what happens anyway? When a man cheats, it doesn't even have to be a marriage, but in a relationship, period. What usually happens? How many women actually leave their partner when they find out that their partner was cheating? I don't think it's that many women that actually leave. So I don't know how much forgiveness, so to speak, will save a marriage or a relationship or reduce the divorce rate in America. I don't know. I don't think it really has much of an impact. I think that is the most bogus thing that I've ever heard in my life. And I'm checking the time because, okay, in 6 minutes my class starts. But I want to hear from you guys. What could save the divorce rate in America? Because I don't think it's forgiveness. I don't think it's just that simple. I think that, okay, we trace back the steps, right? And we're asking the woman to be forgiving of her husband for cheating. Then why does she need to be forgiving of her husband? What did he do that she needs to forgive? Why not we address the behavior that needs to be forgiven in the first place, as opposed to putting the burden of responsibility on the woman to be the forgiving partner? But he really stood by it. He was like, if women were just more forgiving. And I'm like, are you insane? And this is a guy that is trying to express interest in me. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that you are making me feel secure as a woman, knowing that you think like that, knowing that you have an attitude towards cheating in that respect. But aside from that, I'm like, just in general, that's how some men think, I think. He's just one man. And I think a lot of men assume that. They assume that, okay, it's just a common thing. And just hearing him speak about this in this way, right? Hearing him talk about cheating in a lackadaisical manner, like it's just nothing so common. It's become this common thing in our society that a lot of people have accepted as normal behavior. And it's almost as if it's something wrong with you if you don't forgive a person for cheating. That is, to me, insane. That's so insane. I'm like, I consider myself a very forgiving person, right? I can tolerate a lot of things in a relationship, but cheating is just not one of them, I have a very low tolerance for cheating. And I feel like if a person is going to cheat, then why not express that to their partner? Why not keep it open? Why do you have to like sneak and hide and lie? Like if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? But that's just my take. And then he went on to say, oh, well, all men cheat and, that's just what men do. And I'm like, dude, not all men cheat. I've dated men that have not cheated on me. He was like, no, they cheated on you. You just didn't know. I was like, dude, are you freaking insane? But I think what it is that he's trying to make himself feel comfortable because he is a cheater. It's like if you see the world through a certain lens, right? This is your world view. Then you're going to assume all people think like that. You're going to think that that's just the way you see the world. So you assume that everyone else sees the world the same way. But I'm like, no, there are men who don't cheat. And I'm sure there are men who are watching this video who've never cheated, who don't have an interest in cheating. Because it really boils down to character, who a person is on the inside. And what I've noticed is that men who cheat, and not just men, it could be women too, right? Who cheat, it's something wrong with their character and they're cheating. It's not so much what their partner is not doing or what's lacking in the relationship. They're cheating because they're trying to tap into a need. They're trying to scratch a need, an itch that they have. And it's not always sexual. Sometimes it's something that they've been carrying all their life. Something a hole inside that they've been trying to fill all their life. And they think that they can somehow fill it by getting in a relationship with someone else, by getting involved with someone else, whether it's sexually, mentally, whatever. So it really boils down to the person, the person's character who cheated and not necessarily a lack in a relationship. But I just find this topic to be very interesting, and I really want to hear you guys' opinion on what could save the divorce rate in America. Is it unforgiveness? Is it just that simple?